Hello, hi Gaelle.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
Hi, really good, thank you. Yeah, very good. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
A pleasure. Pleasure.
Yeah. Well, please introduce yourself, Gaelle. Tell us a bit about yourself and what you do. That would be great.
Yes, so my name is Gaelle Berruel, and I'm an award-winning visibility coach, motivational speaker, and wellness expert. I'm also a Psychology Magazine UK ambassador. And so I created A Rockstar Mindset, which is a visibility consultancy designed basically to help women leaders, so successful business owners, senior executive to be visible and recognized for their value and work. I have other
Amazing.
title and nomination, but I'm going to stop myself here.
There's so much that you do know, but it's a great summary, and it's great. It's fantastic to have you here, having a conversation with you. So thank you so much. And
Pleasure.
you've recently written a book as well, that you're author of. So tell us a bit about this book release.
Yes, this book is called Women Making a Difference. And I co-created this book with 17 incredible women from all over the world. The purpose of this book is to inspire and motivate, empower women, irrespective of what they do, that they can make a difference, no matter what they are, no matter what they do. And so what is extraordinary with this book is you have the story of 18 women really really telling the truth about their obstacle and their challenges, their stories, and where they are. They also are making a difference. And I have this book by my bedside, and it's amazing. It's like you have a kind of sisterhood, a tribe of women who have your back, and they're telling you that everything is possible. But wherever you are, irrespective of basically the intensity of the size of it, you can make a difference. And I think it's really a lot of inspiration and motivation for women all over the world. And I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's been such
Yeah.
an amazing journey to become an author and to have the book launch in London in May, to have another book launch in Zimbabwe in June. And this is a month when we're doing an online festival about this book with all the co-authors, and it's really amazing, especially when you put your message out there and you start to receive the comments and the
Yeah.
like and the love and the changes that people do. It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing.
Amazing. No, it's really, really fantastic. Yeah. And what's the book called? And where would we be able to find it if we wanted to read and purchase the book? Where would we find it?
I have to send you the link, because it's
Hmm.
especially on the website of Women Changing the World. But it's called Women Making a Difference, and I will send you the link so you can hide it basically to the recording. But it's available. Yeah, yeah, it's possible to buy.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, I'd love to know, like, what made you start your business? So 6 years ago, if you started your own business, where does it all come from? What was brewing? How did this all come about? Your business and the book writing.
Okay. The business it was quite interesting. It was when I really delved into the personal development,
Mm.
and I was a bit like, okay, what's going on in this world? And I really fell in love with neuroscience, neuroplasticity, this capacity to shift your mindset, and I created my own bubble of happiness. But I
Mm.
couldn't stay on the sideline because sometimes I saw women suffering, and I knew how to shift the thing. So I helped them firstly, really in terms of mindset, and I really wanted for them at the time. I remember I wanted so much for women to be the fullest expression of who they wanted
Yeah.
to be. I really wanted for them to be unapologetic, authentic, and go for it. So I helped them basically to shift their mindset. While when I was working in corporate, I was helping women as well to be promoted, to move forward in their career with CV, with coaching. So I was already doing it without basically having putting a name on it.
Yeah.
And I help women as well to yeah, to turn their passion into a business and escape the 9 to 5 as well. Because I was the time when I was adamant. It was around 2021. I was adamant for women to have their own business, to have their own life, to be financially free. And it's funny because I really believe when you start a business, you have to embrace change and you have to embrace your authenticity, because you're
Mm.
going to see that everything you learn along the way is going really to lead you to who you are now. And I remember when I help a woman to turn their passion into a business, I really delve into the business expertise, acumen, the wellness side of things, While I think in 2022, I really went into visibility. Why? Because I saw so many women struggling with the same issue over and over again. When me being visible from the start was really easy, because with my mindset work is the first fear I overcame. So that's why I became quickly a motivational speaker, because I love everything about speaking and sharing my message and motivating, empowering people. And so along the way, you can see that when you connect the dots, everything that you learn really help you to be who you are now. That's why I am a motivational speaker, I have the visibility side, and I have the wellness expertise. And it's funny, but it's really about visibility. I love what I do because visibility is really, I think, bringing everything together. So the speaking side, the expression, the leadership side, and the mindset, because my clients are coming because it's coming from a mindset and visibility blocks perspective. But I love the way everything just unfolded before me. And I think it's because I stay authentic to myself, even though I didn't know where it will lead, that I am where I am now, and everything is just working together. Yeah.
No, I really, really like that. That's great. I love that. I hear that passion in your voice about, obviously, you talked about that personal development, but it's really about helping others now, isn't it? And like making a difference is what really drives you and what you really enjoy. So, yeah, you can definitely hear that.
Yes, I think it's just when you realize that what you know can help someone to s- to to feel unstuck in 5 minutes. It's just like when you
Yeah,
realize it's a kind of
absolutely.
power in a certain way, but it's when
Yeah.
also basically you get to know yourself and you realize that you have talent that can really help people to move the needle with much more ease and flow and grace, and that they really can step up into their potential and be the fullest expression of who they are, aligned, authentic, and unapologetic. And this, I really desire this for any woman in the world, because it's like you getting back a kind of your own power, your own agency, and you can really share your message and do all of these things that you want to do when really you reclaim your self-expression. Yeah.
Reclaiming yourself. Yeah, that was what I was going to ask you about, because obviously you talk a lot about self-expression.
Yeah.
So how do people reclaim this if they've got blockers up and they're finding it difficult to express themselves? How do you advise women to reclaim their,
Okay.
their self-expression?
For my experience, is really one, work on your mindset. Okay, the mindset is really helping you to be in a position when you can be the leader of your mind. Because to the end of the day, if you don't understand the way your mind works, either it's going to be your ally or it's going to be your best enemy. To be honest, it's going to get in your way. Let's be honest. So you have to know. You have to
You have
do
to
something about it.
get that bit right, yeah.
And at the same time, you have to have some compassion with yourself, because your ego intellect is very strong, and you have to understand the way it works. But once it's done, you can really regain your agency, your leadership of your mind, and really give him the instruction that you want, so that you can really elevate and go after what you want. But one is really be the leader of your mind. Okay, don't don't um don't demonize your ego. Okay, he's done a perfect job. Okay, his mission is to protect you from any emotional risk at any cost.
Right. So if you make mistakes, and you be easy on yourself. Yeah, because people are too hard on themselves.
Exactly, it's part of the learning journey. Anyway, when you think about a child, just learning basically to cycle or to do some bicycle, yeah, he's going to fall, yeah, he's going to make mistake, and that's okay. It's part of the learning
Being
journey.
okay with that. Yeah.
You have to go back basically to the basics. You did it when you were younger, when you were a child. It's the same as an adult. Give yourself some
Yeah,
compassion.
totally. Yeah, being used to it, getting used to that a bit more then. And with your approach, you talk about this rockstar mindset, which I love. And the
Yeah.
rockstar mindset, are there some key takeaways from that mindset that are important to maintain that rockstar mindset?
I would say one of my beliefs that really helped me to really stay positive is always to believe that what is happening to you is for you. So it's a philosophy which is called pronoia, and it's to believe that everything that happens in your life is for your own good. It's such
Yeah.
it's very powerful because it really shifts your mindset immediately to look for the positive in anything that happening to you, instead of listening to your ego intellect and looking for all the negative stuff coming up. So it's a kind of beautiful shift you can do all the time when you choose basically to see the world this way. And you can recognize the lessons you need. You can recognize the beauty of where you are in your life. You can be more present as well, so that for the next step, you are ready to elevate yourself and really receiving even more opportunities and clients and everything you desire. But me, this is the way I see the world. I don't see it in a way that is negative or I need to be paranoid or everything is about drama or judgment. Is okay, when something is happening to me, I say, okay, it's happening for me. So what can I learn from it? What is it for me?
Yeah, it's teaching me something. It's giving me this issue for a reason, and let's see that as a good thing that I can learn how to overcome. And no, that's great. So you totally flip it whenever there's a challenge that comes your way, and have that positive mindset, which I really like. So you're working with various different clients and supporting various different leaders as well. And what would you see as the main challenges that people have? You know, what are the main sort of challenges that you help people with?
Definitely visibility blocks. I think most of my clients have been educated and conditioned to be quiet and silent. And most of them, what they do, they prove basically their excellence with their work. So that's why they're kind of like very good work bees. They're working hard, they're putting the hours, they're putting the time, they're excellent at what they're doing. But when it's time basically to step up, to own their voice and really speak up, this is where it starts to be difficult, because we haven't been taught to be visible.
They just assume that they can do that, but that's got to come. That confidence has got to come from somewhere, and it's almost, it's something different, isn't it? They're not used to doing that.
Yeah. So what's happening is when they know they need to speak up, they need to go on stage, they need to be more visible, that they're coming because they're aware about it. They need to work on their mindset because they have a limiting belief around it. Basically just giving them a distorted view of what is visibility. So that's why they say, oh, I don't want to fake it to make it, or I don't want to boast, or I don't want to brag. And you have to work with them so that we can really dismantle this kind of cultural limiting belief, issue from society, culture, sometimes their families, their environment, so they can really connect to the essence of what is visibility. So we have visibility blocks, mindset. What is coming as well is authenticity. Some of them, they really want to do it from a place of being authentic, finding their authentic voice. And this is where we're working also on terms of professional and personal identities. They want to be aligned. Some of them can be extroverts, some of them are more introvert, but they want to be in alignment. They want something that really they feel good about it. And the last one is confidence. Everything is interconnected when you think about it. The mindset, the confidence, the authenticity. And most of the times they're really confident from I think, professional expertise to do the work, to put things together, to be the firefighter. But when it's time to step up and to promote themselves on their own, oh yes, this is another matter.
That's interesting. Yeah, you connect it all up and help them understand that and be their authentic self when they need to be more visible. So do you feel that people are sort of conditioned, by various different influences, different people in their lives, and sometimes it's sort of taking away that and bringing them back to who they truly are?
Yes, because I think you have to think about it as well. We have been educated in a way that most of the time we look for external validation all the time. So by doing it all the time, you let in a certain way people dictate your life. People dictate what you want. Some people, they say to me, they accomplish so many things, but it's because they got this feeling that they needed to please people, to make them happy, and they didn't do it for themselves. So that's why I think there's a lot. It's like peeling an onion, there are a lot of layers you have to peel off. It's exactly the same, so that you can go back to the essence of who you are. And this is where most of the time they need to put some boundaries. They're going to have people reacting to to the new way they are or they behave or they want to be. And you have to protect your confidence. You have to protect your mindset to do that. Because either you're going to have people, they're going to be there for you and they're going to love the new version of yourself, or others, they're not going to like it because you're going to trigger them, because you're going to do things that they wanted to do, that they let it go because they thought that it was not possible, but you do it. And you prove to them that it's possible. So you challenge them just by your growth.
Through it. This boundary. So people need that external validation. Like you need to sort of swap that to their own validation, do you? So rather than seek it out externally, they need to internally validate themselves. Is that something else?
It's very key, especially for women. If they're looking all the time for external validation in terms of their career, or even for men, or even for money, they're always going back to this vicious circle of external validation. It's from the moment. I think it's like for dating. Imagine that basically you date a guy for years. You know that he's not healthy. You know that is a bit toxic, but you got so used to it, don't even bother to make an effort. But you know that you need to do something. And most of the time, women know until the moment they say enough is enough. Is exactly that. It's like you cut off the umbilical cord. You say, okay, enough is enough.
And that comes from you internally, doesn't it? That's an internal decision, isn't it?
Yeah. And they have to stick to it. And when you say, okay, this is the person I want to become now, let's behave like this person now. And this is exactly that for women in terms of self-validation. Is the key for your confidence, your self-worth, your self-esteem, is to refuse basically to have any external validation validate who you are now.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. No, that's great. That's so good. And within careers, you see people that you support in terms of progressing within their careers.
Yeah.
Do you see certain trends as to what perhaps sort of behaviours they display to do well and to progress in their careers? What sort of key for that sort of progression in career-wise?
I think what I did notice is everything about excellence. So they're really driven. But everything in terms of building authentic relationship with people. So really building this sense of trust, diversity, and inclusion. Why? Because when you do that, people feel cared, they feel understood, they feel valued, and they're going to give their best to you. Because you have their back. And when you do that, I think I did it when I was head of well-being comms at HSBC. I knew that my success is nothing without their success. So I was really into the mindset of making everything I can so they are and they become a success for themselves. And I knew that they're going to give their best of themselves because they're going to see that I have their back. I think it's really a question of, it's not servant leadership. I think it's really about authentic leadership, to be able to show your strength, of course, but your vulnerability and your compassion. These interpersonal skills that people crave to see more. For leaders, because because everything changed so quickly after COVID. The workplace is completely different now. I have to say, even me, I'm quite lucky that I have this kind of managers and leaders very early in my career. But I think people crave that. A job is not only a job,
Human at the end of the day, that's what we all need, isn't it? To support each other and care for each other. So it's that's interesting that's something that you see is really important and key to, and that's helped other people do well in their careers. So when it comes to a recruitment perspective, with tech in recruitment, I just wondered if there's any advice that you give to anyone, whether they're sort of hiring managers and they're interviewing, how to obviously best approach an interview to make sure they.
I think the landscape changed a lot now. It's a kind of win-win situation. So you have to be aware that these generations, they really want to feel happy, fulfilled, and satisfied in their jobs. So it's not only about professional experience and professional expertise, it's also about personal growth, professional growth. So be curious about what they did in the past. Did they have some coaching, mentoring? Did they work on themselves from a personal development perspective? And also, don't be afraid to show your interpersonal skills. like, compassion and trust and diversity and inclusion, because this is what they're looking for. And this is what is going to make all of these new candidates the best talent of your company for the future. If from the start, you demonstrate that this is what you're looking for and this is what your company can help them also to have in their position. I think it's really key now. Everything about diversity, inclusion, flexibility, transparency in terms of career advancement. This is what is going to create trust from the start with these candidates. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that trust element, and the core values of a business are so important, and especially when it comes to engagement as well, and attracting people to come and work for businesses, because there's huge like skills demands in lots of different sectors. So
Absolutely.
you need to show that you that you care, because otherwise
Yeah, you have to also stay aware. It's not only just basically to be a manager, it's also to be a leader for yourself, but a leader for them as well, because they're coming basically to be led and to advance in their career. So be aware of what they want, be aware of what your company wants, and bring everything together. This is what is going to work.
Well, we need to up their game, don't we? I mean, we spoke about something that companies definitely need to up their game when it comes to. It's totally different now. Would you say, like, compared to the past when it was a bit of a grilling? Would you say that now it's like totally shifted?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, before I think all the company were in a kind of, they were dominating basically the game. In a way, it's true. I mean, you were coming, you have to demonstrate that you are the best candidate or the strongest candidate. But now I believe they have to show as well that they are the best company.
Absolutely. It's probably more so the other way now, isn't it? It's like, please come and work here. We're amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so different. But that's a good thing, isn't it? It's a bit more an equal balance, isn't it? It should be, on both sides. Yeah, no, that's great. So you've seen, obviously, with the business that we have, that we do video profiles as well as CVs, and this is something that I really like, because it just brings all the experience alive and people can express themselves. I just wonder what your viewpoint was on the video profiles.
I love the idea. I find it awesome, to be honest, because with any video you can, it's showcasing your energy, your attitude, your confidence, your ease in front of the camera. If you can do that in front of camera with no problem, you can do it anywhere else, even during an interview. And I think it's great if you kind of outspoken, or even if you're more quiet. It's showing what kind of energy you have and you embody. And energy is so important.
The energy.
It's such a way as well to display your authenticity, your professionalism as well. But I think it's absolutely awesome to do that. It's much more real in a certain way, Yeah, we love that. If I have someone sending me a video, I would like, oh, I like this. Okay.
Some people love that. Some people do say, oh, that's a bit different. I've never done that before. And it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, because it is something new.
Okay.
And like you said, we do get different, you get those extroverts, but you also get the introverted personality types. But that's good. That's a good thing, because like I say, it's a different energy, and it provides that diversity within teams. You can't have everyone being profile.
No, I think especially with the introvert, I like it as well, because they're very grounded. They're very quiet. They're very observant. And you need to have these kind of people in your team as well.
Calming, like you've got that yin and yang, isn't it?
Both. So
qualities just as much, perhaps more methodical, more sort of, structured, that sort of thing. Everyone has something to bring, don't they? Which I really
this is the essence of diversity. Yeah, to bring all people together, and you create such a masterpiece.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you for your input on that. Are there any mottos in life that you live by? Any sort of certain quotes or sort of ways? You spoke about some of them, but I just wondered if you could highlight them again. Any others?
There is one I like. Is a quote from Maya Angelou, and she says, "They may forget about what you said, they may forget about what you did, but they will never forget the way you made them feel."
Yes, I love that. Yeah, so true.
Back to the energy you bring into every interaction, every relationship, every connection. And for me, becoming a rock star is also about your energy. Be aware of the energy you send out into the world. And you will be more, I think, aware and conscious of the energy you receive in return.
Mm.
I think is really important. And another one, you are the rock star of your life, just
Yeah.
claim it.
Own it, yes. I love that. No, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. It's been so good speaking
Pleasure.
to you. Really inspiring. And on the post, I'll put all the information about the book.
Yeah,
There's also
fine.
an event you do networking events as well, don't you? Like I saw something coming up. Is that some
Oh,
kind of
yes.
just event? I wonder what
Yes.
it was. Yeah.
Yes, I'm hosting private networking events. So either
Mm.
business afternoon tea or business breakfast in London most of the time. So I have one in October, I think, right now, with 2 tickets available. So if any one of you wants to join me, want to speak with me, or wants basically to scale their businesses or grow their career, and I'm this kind of insider tips and secret that you're looking for so long,
Yeah.
yeah, you're welcome, because it's also a way to connect with a very like-minded women leaders. They're here really to connect, to meet, and to converse and to have a great time. So I think the next one is a beautiful Ivy Chelsea Garden. It's a restaurant in Chelsea, and yeah, if you want to join us, the tickets are there. You are more than
Thank
welcome,
you.
because I will
Yeah.
pamper you like I do as usual. Yeah,
Excellent. No, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for
it was
speaking
a joy.
today
Thank
on
you
the
so much
podcast.
for
And
giving me this
hopefully
time.
see you in October, or meet you at an event coming up soon. So, yes, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to
Thank
you
you.
soon.
You too. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And keep going. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy the rest of your day. Speak soon.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.